So let's get to the fun part.
Okay.
I asked people on Instagram if they have any questions for you.
Do they?
Let's see. I put it into flight mode so that it doesn't ring the entire time. Let's check it. Okay. So the first one is, how big is the studio place? Entire building and only the studio.
So the studio we're sitting in is 6 meters by 4 meters, and it's around 2.5 meters high, something like that.
Yeah. But
the other place, I don't know the square footage. Well, yeah, it's like 100 square meters.
like the house?
No,
or just the pool house?
Pool house, yeah.
Because what's crazy is like the backyard.
Backyard is a little bit bigger, yeah.
It's a park. It's like, that's epic.
Yeah, Jon is coming over to mow the lawn for me. So.
Yeah. You don't want that.
No?
That's not like, I had to do it once for my parents. It's like, there was a lot of grass still.
Okay,
and,
okay.
It's not good. Is ghost production still a pursuable career in 2020?
Absolutely.
I also think so.
Yeah, just make good music.
I think even it might go up a little, because more DJs become big and might not have the time, or just
I mean, that
using
will
it as a
always
career.
stay relevant.
I think so.
There are always people that want to focus more on touring or other stuff in the music industry. So there will always be a place for co-producers, ghost producers, whatever.
Yeah, I also think so. So the next one is, how does Maarten get inspiration for new songs, especially because he's producing multiple styles?
No.
Yeah, I mean, the studio is a big part, definitely.
Studio is a big part.
Is there anything else you do, like taking breaks and like relaxing your mind, thinking about stuff, or is it just forcing yourself, sitting here, working, doing it?
Well, I used to force myself.
Yeah.
Nowadays, I just go in and see what happens.
Okay.
I just open up a synth or just whatever comes to mind. I'm focusing on that, and then see if something triggers me, and then I start producing a track.
And especially,
but if it's already for a client, then of course I'll keep focused on a certain specific sound.
Yeah. So they might have maybe like bullet points for you. We need a song that is like this, like that. Maybe to drop more in this direction.
Yeah. So if somebody would say, "Hey, I want to have a little bit of an orchestra feel in the break," then I might open up a plugin with an orchestra in it.
Yeah.
Fiddle around with it, see what happens, and then start from there or something.
Some weird questions. I'm not gonna read out. Let's see. Oh, here's just someone saying he's jealous of your studio, and we should have a good time. But I mean, you worked hard for this. It's not.
I've worked hard for this, yeah.
Like, especially hearing your story at the beginning, half of your career was fighting, and
took me at least 18 years to get here. So yeah.
So let's see. What do you think about the latest styles in electronic music, like future bass and other stuff that is coming up? Is that something that is interesting for you, or is it
Absolutely.
just the same all over again, just different? Because future bass is already, it's done already.
I like how music is always evolving, and how new styles are popping up, and how things get mixed with each other. That always interests me. So. Yeah.
Yeah, I also think like the new stuff is more a fusion of old stuff, because
always
like almost everything has been done already.
Yeah.
We got all of the synthesizers. Nothing changed since the 70s, 80s. So
yeah,
it's hard to make something really new, entirely new.
But I always say, like, a good melody is timeless.
Yeah, the writing.
And like the genre is something that is popular at the moment.
The next one is as close to the first one, is Big Room Dying.
Is Big Room dying?
Like the
I don't know.
I just
stuff. This week I signed another Big Room track, so I don't know. I don't think so.
But the peak might be already over.
Yeah, of course.
Because I see like the newer generation, they're switching now more to the bassier kind of styles, and
the peak is
bass
over,
house.
but you always see like what I call 7-year loop.
Yeah.
So there's a peak, and then 7 years later, the sound comes back in sort of the same style. So it never disappears.
So here's a question asking also about the percentages, but we covered that. You either get a percentage, a flat buyout.
Hey, if you solely make like #1 hits, you can ask whatever you want, right?
Here's someone asking for some tips how to become a ghost producer. That's not that easy.
I mean, I think the easiest thing is to make good music at first. Try to get your own name out there. And then if people see, hey, he's actually only a producer, maybe I should contact him if he can produce something for me, etc.
Yes.
That's how you get the ball rolling.
I think also you need to have something published you can actually play
absolutely,
to people.
yeah, absolutely.
Because some people think they just start as a ghost producer. It's usually not what you start with.
No, you do have like websites
nowadays, yes,
which let you upload music, and then you can sell that. Which
would you recommend those websites to people starting out? Because I don't really trust them that much.
Well, no, some of them are really solid, but I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Like, it's really cool that if there's this kid who's 15 years old, who lives in a poor neighborhood in Brazil, but he has a laptop, he makes a track, and he sells it for, I don't know, way less money, but $200, for instance, and still makes more money than his father, who's probably a dentist or something. I don't know, but
yeah, it could happen depending on where you live.
That could happen, and that could be a good kickstart for a person like that to build his career, to have some more financial means. On the other hand, I would say never sell your music for $200 because
that's not a good
have a little bit of self-respect. So it depends a little bit on how you look at it.
The next one is a funny one. If your studio caught on fire, what 3 pieces of gear would you take? 3 pieces of gear. Probably the computer to have your data.
Yeah, exactly. No, I would only take my my hard drive. Yeah,
that's probably
the rest is all replaceable. Yeah.
Do you keep copies? Like, by the way, like,
do I backup? Yeah, I do backup. Yeah,
like daily, weekly, or
no,
probably less than you should.
Yeah, less than I should. Yeah, but because I switch a lot of stuff between PC and MacBook, I do that via USB stick.
Okay.
So most of the stuff is already on a USB stick,
saved in between while transferring. Yeah. So you use your MacBook to produce on the go, or
no? Actually, no. What, to send things out?
Okay, so you don't have any internet on this one, or you?
I do nowadays, but back in the day, no.
Because probably you're more productive not having on your production computer.
No, it slows your computer down if you have internet on it.
Yes.
Nowadays, not so much anymore.
With Windows, probably more like the viruses and stuff. So
viruses.
Yeah. With Mac, you have that less, but then you have other problems with Mac. So let's see if we got some more. Everyone loves the studio. Oh, okay. I didn't check the folder of people that are not part of it. Would you be down to listen to my music? Do you listen to demos? Is there any way to send you something?
I do listen to demos, but I do it like I pick. So when I feel about listening to somebody's track, I just pick somebody randomly. I'm not gonna listen to all of them because I just don't have the time for that.
Yeah, but do you get demos sent? Like,
I get demos sent,
like an email on your website or something?
Do you know Instagram, Facebook, that kind of stuff. So they send me links, and sometimes I pick a link, I listen to it, and I actually reply with.
But they probably ask mostly for like production tips and like techniques and stuff like that.
But then I just say, hey, you can book an online lesson with me as well.
Yes, because you actually teach people like the next generation, basically.
Yeah.
So people could book like a video session opening their project with you.
Exactly. Yeah.
Is it also on your website?
No, it's not. It's actually not being promoted that
Okay.
much at the moment. I'm currently, as we speak, working on a website which offers this.
So at the moment,
Easily.
Instagram probably.
Instagram, set up a meeting, depending on your time zone, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay.
So I have a few like regular students which I teach,
Yes.
and if somebody wants a lesson, yeah, of course they can approach me for lessons, and later on there will be a website where you can just see what are the available hours and
Okay,
then
like
schedule
slots. and-
slots. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's talk last about your book, because you made this tips book, like
Yeah.
collecting tips, and it's out now already, like 2 years or something like that, like 1.5,
So
or is it older?
I started the Vorwerk tip of the week thing back
Yeah.
in 2014 because I
Okay.
was getting so much questions. I was like, okay, every week I'm gonna answer one of those questions. That went on, and I think in 2017 I bundled them all together in a book.
Yeah.
And released that.
What's the name again of it?
Vorwerk tip of the week.
Okay.
You can buy it as an ebook or a hard copy.
We'll put it down below in the
Sure.
description
Yeah, cool.
if anyone is interested.
And so I released that in 2017, and actually the past 2 years I've been writing down new tips as well.
Okay.
So
There's,
I have what do we say, like 104 more new tips,
Okay.
which is coming up soon in part 2. So
Part 2.
Vorwerk
You
tip of
have
the week.
you have
part
a
2.
release date yet, or it's still?
No, I actually finished it today, and I sent it to the publisher. So
Nice.
I hope it will be in stores pretty soon.
Okay, so probably
So you have a premiere right
beginning
now.
of next year,
It could be sooner
because the Christmas.
because
like,
of Christmas. On the other hand, this is a handbook which is really nice to have next to you in the studio. So Christmas or not, you just want to.
And
have
it's like basically the same concept again. Tips like
yeah, it's
maybe
all
10 sentences or
no.
even
Some
less, like,
pieces are actually really long. It's
Okay.
more in depth about
Okay.
stuff in the music industry. Talk about publishing royalties, neighboring
Okay,
rights.
so it's not all exclusively producing.
No.
It's everything you need for like being a producer, electronic dance
Yeah,
music, like
also
contract stuff,
stuff, pitfalls, but also mastering, production, mixing, and also to show you new kind of techniques
Yeah.
or techniques that you probably already know but you forget.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh yeah, shit,
to
I
have the
forgot that.
collection.
I want to try that again or try a different approach.
Okay. We're looking
Keeps you
forward to.
keeps you on your toes. So.
Should maybe do a giveaway once it's done.
Yeah,
if you're interested,
absolutely,
to like promote it a little and have like maybe a few lucky ones getting a free copy.
Sure. Yeah.
It will be also out on Amazon probably, like every usual ebook
Yeah.
store, and also hard copy probably.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. So thanks a lot for having us here in
it
this
was fun.
amazing studio, talking to you, getting an insight into your life and your like working life, making music for other people and yourself.
Yeah.
And we'll probably see us again at Dance Fair. Are you there?
Yeah.
I mean, I think they just confirmed like 2 or 3 weeks ago the date.
Did they?
They
Is it March or May?
No, they moved a little because it was always very close to Ultra.
Yeah.
So I think they moved it by a month or so. But I also didn't get like a proper invite yet. They're probably just starting to do the program. But we'll see us there.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The day where you talk more than the entire year.
Well, last year was pretty intense.
Yeah.
I did like 7 workshops back to back, or it was crazy.
Yeah, and usually you're sitting here alone and don't talk that much.
Exactly.
It's like,
yeah,
it's crazy
Yeah.
when you're not like always used to it. So yeah, thanks a lot. We'll wrap it up, and see you then at Dance Fair. Thanks.
Cool,
a lot.
man.